All right, Shalom, Shalom. It's your brother Issachar coming back at you for another lesson. First and foremost, I'd like to give all praises, all honor and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahawashai, Bahashem, Makar Kradash. Double honors to the apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and blessings to the hopeful elect and the 144,000 scattered across the four corners of the earth. Shalom to you. Alright, in today's lesson, we're going to go into Yahawashi is coming at midnight. Okay, Yahawashi is coming at midnight. Remember, right now it's still, we're getting to that evening hour. Alright, where no one's going to be able to work. Okay, because we're coming real close to midnight. Alright, this is why you have these leaders come up with that doomsday clock. And what do they say? It's, 85 seconds or something like that to midnight. Okay, so that right there, you know, is a key indicator that, you know, they are on their way out, you know, because like the, like when, that one Rothschild, okay, a little while ago, he gave that speech that, you know, for the next, you know, 30 or 40 years, they're gonna, he sees their family being prosperous and all that. Okay, how come the Rothschilds don't shut that down, you know, and say, hey, the hell with that doomsday clock, you know, we're gonna rule forever, you know? But that right there just shows that because even they know, you know, but it's the pride of the heart has deceived them. All right, because that right there, that doomsday clock, all right, simply shows because they're telling on themselves, you know, because who's ruling? It's not us. The Edomites are ruling. So the fact that, you know, doomsday, that clock, that shows us that because this man's on his way out, you know, because how come these leaders don't shut that down and say, oh no, that's BS, you know, don't even have that because we're gonna rule forever, you know, see. You know, because they are at their end. See, this is why they're in desperation mode, you know. Second Ezra, chapter 7, verse 43, down to the 45th verse. But the day of doom, okay, but the day of doom shall be the end of this time and the beginning of the immortality for to come, where corruption is past. Right. Because remember, we're about to be immortal. Remember that. Okay. You know, as I made that lesson yesterday. Okay. Right here. But the day of doom shall be the end of this time. Yeah, it doesn't mean the end of for all humanity. It's the end of this time, because this rulership that's currently in power right now, which is the Edomites, the so-called white man. See? But check it out. And the beginning of the immortality for to come. See? Because it's for the Israelites, it's just the beginning for us. So remember, it doesn't matter, you know, Esau, you know, he comes up and builds cases on people, whatever. Remember, this is just the beginning for us. Because the Lord's rulership is everlasting. It's forever. Okay, you know, just to show you that it's real heavy. You know, it's not just, you know, just talking trash and, oh, forget the so-called white man. You know, oh, we got it. And no, just to show you that, hey, the Lord truly laid it down. That the Lord truly overcame Satan in the world. You gotta truly understand that. It's not just, oh, hey, you guys just talking trash. No, it's real, you know, it's real talk, you know. And the beginning of immortality for to come. Right, because immortality is for the Israelites. The Edomites and heathens cannot give themselves immortality. Okay, because why would the leaders of this world allow them to put up that doomsday clock? You know? See? I thought they were gods. I thought they were gonna be immortal. See? You know? Yeah. where corruption is past. Right. Okay. So why is wherein corruption is past? Because these leaders are corrupt. Remember that. All right. This is what we went into yesterday. Okay. Because these leaders are corrupt. This is why the world is upset. People are not happy right now. Yeah. Right there. Because these leaders are corrupt. Verse 44. And temperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown. Okay, here we go. Here's the point. And truth is sprung up. Right. So the reason why uh, these devils and leaders around the world have a problem with the word, is because it's the truth. Remember, the so-called white man, the Edomites, okay, their kryptonite, their worst fear is the truth. Okay, because truth is sprung up now. Why? Because you have the real prophets back on the scene. Okay, not no sellouts and people like TD Jakes who are doing sacrifices underneath the church and doing human trafficking and all that. Okay, yeah, that is real, but the prophets, they're right there. Okay, the prophets, we don't have some secret building where we go and we teach, we go to like an underground, underground building, or nah, we're out there on the corners, we're out there in the streets, on the front lines. Okay, we're not there behind doors, in some secret building where you don't even know about us. Hey, the prophets, you'll see the prophets. Okay, because the prophets are out here, and you'll see them, because the prophets are not in some secret building where it's like, oh, what are they doing in there? The prophets are literally outside, literally, you see them. All right, because truth is sprung up. Right, because the reason why now these devils are scrambling is because the truth is sprung up. So remember, we're going to be entering the famine of the word, where these devils are going, the leaders of this world, they're going to cut off the internet, the truth, because remember, they deem this as hate speech. Okay, they deem the word as hate speech, but yet they're ready to kill what, about 7.5 billion people on the earth, so they can reach their mark. Because the elites, the new world order, it's not only about control and putting an RFID microchip in you. It's also about depopulation. Okay, because they want to get all humanity on the planet Earth down to 500 million. Right now, there's roughly around 8 billion people. Okay, give or take. Más o menos. You see, so that imagine they want to drop that number down all the way to 500 million. They even want to take out their own kind. Yeah, yep. Even they Edomites want to take out Edomites. Remember that, Yeah, very real. You see? All right. So truth is sprung up, but remember, it's just like that, because this is not like, you spill orange juice on the floor and you just throw a towel over it and say, all right, we covered it up. No, this is the creator coming, you know. So remember, it's like NASA when they see those big old spaceships, on the live stream, and they just cut the live stream. Okay, yeah, they cut the live stream, but the spaceship's still there. Okay, this is how retarded our enemies are. Yeah, they may cut the live stream. Okay, but the spaceship's still there. You know, same thing with the truth. If they were to cut off the word right now on the internet right now, don't mean anything because the Lord's still on his way. The angels and the ships are still right here. Okay, remember the angels are out here 24/7. So shit, Esau, go ahead, cut the word off. Cut it off, hurry up. You think the prophets are gonna be tripping? Nah. Because remember, as soon as you devils cut off the word, and the prophets are not out there teaching no more, YAHAWASHI is gonna rain judgment without mercy, because that's it. That means when that happens, that means that the mercy doors are gonna be shut. Because right now you can still receive the word. You still got time to repent, change your ways. See? Because the prophets are still out there. You think the prophets are going to be out there when people are committing cannibalism? when people are killing each other, not hell no. The Lord's gonna have his prophets protected, put away. Okay, there may be a few martyrs who have to give, you know, but they're gonna go out glorious. You know, they're gonna glorify the Lord. They're called martyrs. You know, but that's only a few, because we already went through all that. Remember when all the prophets were slain, they were all killed except John the Revelator. All right, remember that. You see, you know. So let me get that one more time. Second Ezra chapter 7 verse 44. And temperance is at an end. Infidelity is cut off. Righteousness is grown. Right, because now there's righteousness on the earth. Okay, because remember, this is the right hand side. Okay, this whole earth is under a satanic vibration. On the left hand side vibration. Remember, um, it's all on left hand side vibration. Because remember, this is righteousness. This is of the Lord. Okay, you know, and truth is sprung up. Right, because now the spirit of truth is back on the earth. See, so that's why when these elites, yeah, because they're planning to cut off the word, cut off the truth, you know, and ban, you know, and ban this as hate speech. That's fine, you know, because remember the Lord is he's a master chess player. Okay, so these devils might think like, oh yeah, we're gonna cut them off. Yeah, do it, you know, because the faster you do that, the faster the angels get a green light on you. Okay, remember that it's not just the left hand side out here, the right hand side's out here too. Remember that, you know. Yep. So, you know, it's not. These devils just act like, you know, like you spill some orange juice on the floor and you just throw a towel over it. All right, you know, I took care of the problem. Nah. Okay, this is the Creator coming. Okay, so at this point, it don't matter what anybody does. Okay, yeah, you can cut off the word, cut off the live feed. That's fine. But remember, the spaceship and the angels are still there. That don't fix anything. See? But that just shows you how simple, okay, these leaders are. They're that simple. They're that simple. You know, that don't fix anything. The spaceship's still right there. You know, man. Verse 45. Okay, Second Ezra chapter 7, verse 45. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed. Right. See that? So listen very carefully, especially Esau. Right, the Edomites. Then shall no man be able to save him that is destroyed, because you're going down, Edom. You're going down. You're going down. No man shall be able to save him that is destroyed, because you're going down. You're going down, baby. Nor to oppress him that hath gotten the victory. Right, because the Israelites got next, and these heathens and Edomites are working together. They're trying to stop that. You know, because they want their birthright back, but it's too late. So, because who got the victory already? YAHAWASHI. Because it's already sealed, baby. It's already done. It's already done. So that right there is our hope. Okay? Because it's already done. This is why we stay patient. See? Because we know right there. Because no one can save Esau. Okay? You know, nobody. Okay? And they can't change the fact that the Israelites got next. Yeah, they may not like it and say, well, we don't think that's fair. We don't like that. Well, whatever. You know, but that don't mean you're gonna change anything. That just means that you're disturbed. That just means that you don't like it. But that don't mean that that's gonna change YAHAWASHI and Yahushai's mind. See? Let's go to Proverbs chapter 10. Right there. Proverbs chapter 10, verse 30. The righteous shall never be removed. Right. Okay? Shall never be removed. So it doesn't matter if it's, you know, when these elites come with their New World Order, with the Gestapo troops, you know, they try to wipe out all the Israelites. They're not going to get everybody. Okay, they're only going to get the 2/3 and the very few that the Lord wants to be created for to be murdered, you know, martyrs. The righteous shall never be removed, but the wicked shall not inhabit the earth. Right, because that just shows right there, because who's the wicked? The Edomites. Okay, and right now the heathens are right there with them as well. You see, so this is so this is a very you know uh heavy heavy thing, you know. Yeah, it's a very it's a very heavy thing because nobody is going to, you know, escape this. You see? Woo. All right. Bear with me. Give me 1 second. Uh, uh. So right there, it shows that right there it shows that, you know the wicked. Okay, the wicked are not going to, inherit the earth. Like I said right there, Proverbs chapter 10 verse 30. Okay, to let you know out there that, these Edomites and heathens are not going to keep on ruling, that they're out of there. So their thoughts are in vain, you know? Their thoughts are in vain, their thoughts are in vain. Absolutely. See. Okay, here we go. St. Matthew chapter 25, verse 6 on down. And at midnight there was a cry made, Behold, the bridegroom cometh. Go ye out to meet him. So who is the bridegroom? YAHAWASHI. He's coming at midnight. Okay, so that's another indicator to let you know, okay, because you have that doomsday clock, right? And where is it pointed at? At midnight. Because YAHAWASHI is coming at midnight. Because remember, when YAHAWASHI gets here, it's endgame. Remember, okay, although these heathens say that it's total annihilation, no one's gonna be completely annihilated. A lot of heathens are gonna die, and Edomites, but not everybody. Remember, because you top elites out there that are in your underground cities, all right, the angels and YAHAWASHI, Yahawashi are gonna save you because not because they like you, but because you're gonna be the first crops into slavery. Remember, you heathens and Edomites are gonna build our kingdom next. Remember, we got next. Yeah. Okay, verse 7, all those virgins arose and trimmed their lamps. Because virgins, it means that because they're pure in the doctrine. Okay, they're pure in the doctrine. It don't mean that they never had relations. It just means because their doctrine is pure. Okay, trim their lamps. See, that's what's happening right now. Oh, verse 8, and the fullest said unto the wise, Give us your oil, for our lamps are gone out. See, but the wise answer saying, No, not so. The hell what you're talking about? Lest there be not enough for us and you. This is why, because you have to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. See? Because you have to put on as the elect. You have to really show the Lord that you truly care. Okay? You can't, remember, you can't fake the funk with this thing, It's not like a school where you can cheat and tell your friend next to you, hey, what's the answer number 5? What's the answer number 12? All right, hey, thank you. You can't do that with the Lord. The Lord's watching everybody. Okay, see that? So you can't just be like, hey, give me some of your oil real quick. The Lord's coming. Nah. Okay. The Lord sees everybody. You have to study to show thyself approved, and you also have to give all diligence to make your calling and election sure. Okay, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling, because remember, you have to be thoroughly convinced in your own mind. But go ye rather to them that sell and buy for yourselves. See? Verse 10, and while they went to buy, the bridegroom came. So Yahushua came. He's gonna come, And they that were ready went in with him to the marriage. And at the door was shut, because the ark now is the spaceships, the so-called UFOs. See that? Because the elect are gonna go in there, but the non-elect are not. Verse 11, afterward came also other virgins, saying, Lord, Lord, open to us. But he answered and said, verily I say unto you, I know you not. See that? Like, because this is what YAHAWASHI said, and this is what YAHAWASHI said, and what was it? YAHAWASHI said, that, you shall know them by their fruits, okay? By their works, like Captain Tazariak, IUIC, because it's clear, because you're not truly living your life for YAHAWASHI, Your Genesis, you guys are living your life for your pockets, you see? Verse 13, watch therefore, for ye know neither the day nor hour when the Son of Man cometh. Okay, all right, let me go to, give me 1 second here. Okay, bear with me. There we go. There we go. Okay, here we go. Give me 1 second. Let me get this going here. All right, so let's go to Second Ezra, okay? Right here, okay? So Second Ezra chapter 6 verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. So Esau is the Edomites, okay? The forefather of the Edomites, the so-called white man, is Esau, okay? Is the end of the world, because who's ruling right now? Okay, Esau, the wicked. All right, remember Malachi chapter 1 verse 4, okay? They are the border of wickedness, because they are the wicked. All right, they may not tell you that, but they are. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Because who's Jacob? That's our forefather. That represents, he's the forefather of the Israelites, the 12 tribes, the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, but remember, also you have the Israelites, the confusing the faces, and the Israelite foreigners, because you have people out there that, look like heathens, but they're not. They're Israelites. Because remember, we've been scattered. All right, throughout the four corners of the earth. There it is. Check this out. Okay, here we go. Romans chapter 9 verse 13. Because remember, you Edomites hate the Lord hates you too. You might say, oh, the Lord don't hate us. Right here, check it out. Romans chapter 9 verse 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. Because the Lord hates you Edomites. Yep, absolutely. So this is just to let you know that you got to pay for everything that you did. Yeah. So right there, you say, oh, and this is another cut to you wacky tacky Christians that say God's all love. The Lord hates Esau. Okay, Yahweh hates Esau. Okay, no matter, don't matter how you slice it. Okay, you're telling me the Lord's about to exterminate a whole nation, and you're telling me he don't hate them? Shit, Bear with me. Okay, so right here, let's go to one more to let you know the Lord don't change. Okay, because some of you out there, some of you out there are so ridiculous. Came up to us and said, oh, the Lord changed his mind. He forgave him for that. No, he doesn't. Okay, no, he didn't. If he did it, he would say it. Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord, Yahweh. So that when you see Lord right there and all capitals, that's Yahweh. Okay, the Most High. Check it out. Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. Because there's a lot of you wacky tacky Christians that said, oh yeah, the Lord forgave the so-called white man for the slaughter of the Israelites, the slaughter of the so-called Native American Indians. No, he didn't. Okay, you guys are coming up with that out of your own logic, out of your own opinion. It's not scriptural. To show you that a lot of you guys, you guys out there, you guys are acting silly, Yeah, but that's okay, because remember, it's not going to change anything, Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. So he still hates you, Esau. Because a lot of you say, oh no, he forgave that. He forgave him for that. Says who? Jeff? Travis? Who? Jennifer? Says who? You know, where'd you guys get that information from? See? A lot of you say, oh no, the Lord forgave them for that. Shit. You know? Says who? You know, where are you clowns getting your information from? Huh? See? Remember, this truth is the truth, baby. You know? Malachi chapter 3 verse 6. For I am the Lord Yahweh, I change not. Therefore ye sons of Jacob are not consumed. Right, the Israelites, because they can't take out the Israelites. No matter how much they have teams and agents and all that, you know? Yeah, we're gonna talk about it because hey, it's the Lord. Okay, hey, that's the that's the spirit that the Lord put on Apostle Sahar, that this is the year of apostates, agents, and sellouts, because it's very real. You know, it has to be addressed, and the Lord is exposing you guys. Yup, yeah, you know. Oh, absolutely. Remember that everyone who's like a phony, who's an agent and stuff like that, don't even worry about it. Remember, the Lord and the angels got something real nice for them. You know, yeah, it's scary to even think about. You know, but hey. See that? So right there, because I heard some stuff out there, you know, while teaching on the highways and byways, you know, because some of you heathens say, oh yeah, the Lord, you know, forgave him for that. Says who? You know? You know, the Christian community? Yeah, that's because you guys are just coming up with things out of your rear end. You know, we're not just, you know, making fun of you. You know, telling you that because you're just getting that from your own logic. That's just your guys' opinion. Because you know, show us in the scriptures where it says that, just to show you that everything you guys are lying to the people, because you guys are just teaching what you feel is right. You're saying, well, I feel that, you know, the Lord forgave him. Yeah, that's just your opinion, but that's, you know, you're assuming, you're guessing, but that's not facts. See, that's why you're misleading the people. There's a lot of blood on you false pastures on your hands. A lot of blood. There's a lot of blood because you guys are leading the sheep off a cliff. See, and you guys are getting paid while doing it because you guys are under a 501c3 charter. Imagine, and you don't think the Lord's gonna visit you? Good luck, you know. So that's just to let you know that, you know, the Lord hasn't changed his mind, you know, and that the Lord is not all love. They're showing you right here. Okay, because YAHAWASHI is coming at midnight, all right, which is right here in the middle of World War III. Yep, it's very soon, because right now we're coming to the evening, because right now people can still work, but real soon, you think that people are going to be working when it's full civil war out here, you know, and you can see that that's clearly brewing right now with ICE agents and all that. Okay, Americans are ready to kill each other, you know. See that? So it's gonna be a full blown war out here. All right, you think that people are gonna be working and stuff like that? Nah. Okay, work's about to be shut down out here. Yep, absolutely. Okay, work's about to be shut down out here, so that's gonna be the nighttime, the night hour, when Esau brings in his Gestapo troops. He declares martial law, puts some heads in guillotines. You know, stops bringing in food, you know, and drinks to the cities, and then that's it. Then YAHAWASHI is coming at that midnight hour. To show you that we're right here. YAHAWASHI is right here. Akim Aqua. Yeah, that's right. You know, so that is just to show you that the Lord, he changes not. You know, like the British, you know, they had a meeting the other day, a little while ago, a couple of months back, saying that, oh yeah, you know, that we're past that. Because a lot of you Edomites, you don't think that you have to pay for what you did. You know, how, because all you elites, there's something called old money, where you guys are still profiting off slavery to this day, you know, and you guys don't think that you have to pay for that. You know, a lot of you guys say, oh well, we're past that. That's just you speaking, cave dweller. You know, you raspberry. That's just your opinion. But remember, you guys, all of you are going to slavery. You know, you can say, oh yeah, we're past that. Yeah, maybe you clowns, okay, maybe you crusty cave dwellers. But the Lord, hey, right here, for I am the Lord, I change not, because he hates Esau, he hates the Edomites. It don't matter how you slice it. You know, you can tell the community, oh, that's messed up. That's not fair. That's fine. But you and the community are going to get it. Because the community ain't down with the Lord and not repenting, they're going to go too. Remember, ICBMs are on the way, and the angels are already here. Okay, you can't see them, but the Chariot of Israel, they're out here 24/7. All right, there's a lot that's out here that you can't see with the naked eye. A lot is a lot. Okay, remember that. And then YAHAWASHI is coming with Michael. All right, and the angels, the army of angels. Yep. So with that, that's it on YAHAWASHI is coming at midnight hour. All right, we're coming to that time, Akim and Aqua. So rejoice, and you and see that all the prophecies are coming to pass. You know, it's all right here. You know, because the only, you know, this is the only thing that makes sense. You know, everything out there is just it's vanity and wicked. You see. So with that, on your feet, soldier. Shalom.